Good morning, children. Today you will learn the topic subject and predicate. So open your grammar magic book, chapter the subject and predicate. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand the different parts of the sentence and how to identify the different parts of sentence. In the previous video, we have discussed the topic the sentence. So first, we'll recapitalize the topic the sentence. What do you mean by sentence? I'll tell you. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. It must have words placed in the correct order. It begins with a capital letter. It ends with a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. It must have a verb and it. For example, the children are playing in the garden. These are the group of words which make complete sense. So we can say a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Now we'll come to our topic subject and predicate. In order to identify the subject and predicate in the sentence, we must know every sentence consists of two parts. One is subject and the other one is predicate. For example, reading is a good hobby. So, in this sentence, the subject of a sentence is that part which names the person or the thing we talk about. So, what we are talking about? Reading. So, reading is a subject here. On the other hand, the predicate of a sentence is what is said about the subject, or we can say what is happening in the sentence. So, in this sentence, what we are talking is a good hobby, so predicate. Children, here I want to discuss one important point with you, which will help you to find out the predicate in the sentence. That is, predicate always starts with the helping verb or an action word. Now we'll discuss some examples related to subject and predicate. Now let's start and read the first sentence, that is, Mr. Smith took a walk. Here, who? Mr. Smith. So subject, what we are talking about the subject? Took a walk, so predicate. Now read the next sentence, that is, the dentist pulled out a tooth. About whom we are talking? The dentist, so subject. What we are talking? Pulled out a tooth, so predicate. Now we'll discuss some more examples. So let's start. Number 1 is, her mother cooks well. About whom we are talking? Her mother, so subject. What we are talking? Cooks well, so predicate. Number 2 is, the ground was full of grass. About what we are talking? The ground, so subject. What we are talking about the subject was full of grass, so predicate. Number 3 sentences, the story is interesting. About what we are talking? The story, so subject. What we are talking about the story is interesting, so predicate. Number 4 is, the water is cold. What we are talking? The water, so subject. What we are talking about the subject is cold, so predicate. Number 5 is, the teacher appointed him the monitor. About whom we are talking? The teacher, so subject. What we are talking? Appointed him the monitor, so predicate. Children, here again I want to remind you, predicate always starts with the helping verb or an action word. As you have seen in these examples, cooks, was, is appointed. In all these sentences, the predicate is starting with the helping verb or action word. Children, now I want to discuss one important point with you, that is, the subject of a sentence can be one word or many words. Generally, the subject of a sentence is at the beginning of a sentence. In order to be sure about the subject of a sentence, look at all the words that come before the first verb of a sentence. For example, the lady crossed the road. In this sentence, the word crossed is the verb, so the words the lady form the subject of the sentence. Now we'll discuss some more examples related to this topic in order to have clear understanding of the topic. So let's start and read these sentences. First one is, the poor little boy sitting in the corner is crying bitterly. Second one is, the mother of these children is a religious lady. Number 3 is, all the dresses in the cupboard are mine. Now we'll identify the subject and predicate in these sentences. Children, these are the sentences where the children get confused. So let's see in the first sentence. The poor little boy sitting in the corner is crying bitterly. About whom we are talking? The poor little boy sitting in the corner. So this is the subject of this sentence. And what we are talking is crying bitterly. So it is the predicate. Now we'll move to the next sentence. That is, the mother of these children is the religious lady. See children, in this sentence we are talking about the mother of these children. So this is the subject and what we are talking is the religious lady. So it's the predicate. Our next sentence is, all the dresses in the cupboard are mine. About what we are talking in this sentence? All the dresses in the cupboard. So it's the subject. What we are talking? Are mine. So predicate. Children, I hope you understood the topic well. So today we have learnt what is subject and predicate and their identification. In short, who we are talking is the subject and what we are talking is the predicate. Let's take an example. Arjun jumped on her bed. Who? Arjun. So subject. What? Jumped on her bed. So predicate. Dear children, now read the chapter thoroughly for better understanding and solve the exercises given in the book. Goodbye for now and thank you.